Hi Facebook. Sorry I'm starting a little bit late, but welcome to Fiber at 4. I'm Christiana coming to you live from the worsted weight department at the Longmont Yarn Shop. So if you're wondering what's behind me, it's all worsted. Feel free to ask me any questions if you see anything you like. So this week our theme is LYS's Hidden Treasures. The reason why we decided to do this week is because we just did inventory, and when we do inventory there's always something that we either forgot we had, never knew we had, or just kind of put it on the back burner of our brains, and it's like, oh yeah, we do carry these things. Hey Mom! So what I have here to show you tonight are things that we rediscovered during inventory this last week. So as usual, when I throw a question out there to the staff, the very first person to reply was Hannah. So Hannah and Melanie actually both got to count the weaving and spinning department on Tuesday. Oh my gosh, today's Sunday. So Hannah discovered a couple fun things in the weaving department that even I didn't know we had. So, well, I knew about the second one, but not the first one. So the first item is this rug shuttle from Shacked. This is $48, and look at that thing. Oh my gosh, it's like a little baseball bat. So this is for weaving rugs, and I've never had the occasion to use one of these myself, but I'm glad to know we have it. So this guy is $48, and yeah, I love that. Oh my gosh, it's so huge. But that is for howdy, hi everybody. So that's specifically for weaving rugs, and of course Melanie and Hannah and Marianne are kind of our experts when it comes to the weaving department. I'm very novice. I love doing weaving though, so if you guys ever have the opportunity to try weaving, I highly recommend it. So this is the rug shuttle, $48 from Shacked, and it is 20 inches long, and I would guess about 1.5 to 1 3/4 inches tall. So the other thing that Hannah discovered in the weaving department was the incredible rope machine. We used to have a sample of this guy to show people how it works. Unfortunately, we don't have it any longer, but if you look at this guy right here, you notice that there are 3 little clamps there. Hi, Robert. That's my brother for those of you watching. So there are 3 little clamps on this guy, and you feed the yarn through it, and what you do is you twist it, and that creates a rope, which is great for using for fringe on projects. They say on here you could actually use it for jewelry too, so I would imagine like cotton yarn, something that'll handle a lot of wear. So this guy is $63, and super useful for trims, jewelry. They say on here you can use it for belts too. I imagine if you can use it for a belt, you can use it for a guitar strap too. I'm thinking about you, Robert. So this is also a Shacked product, and again, $63 for the incredible rope machine. Alrighty. The next person who replied was Marianne, who's manning the computer right now. And Marianne found a product that we all know about, but she didn't know about the color name of this one yarn. This is the LRA Cozy Alpaca. This is a worsted weight yarn. It is $14.99 per skein. It's 70% acrylic, 30% alpaca, and this color is called Lazy Lizard. Marianne did not know that. Well, see, they only put the color numbers on the yarn bands. So when you find stuff on the computer, that's how you figure out what these color names are. Gloria says hi. Hi, Gloria. Marianne says hi, Gloria. So this is Lazy Lizard. This is one of my absolute favorite yarns to recommend for baby projects, for projects for people who might not necessarily know how to take care of a hand knit or hand crocheted garment. Because of the acrylic in here, it is very easy care. Great for babies because of the easy care. It's easy to wash. You can throw it in the washing machine. Again, I never ever throw anything hand knit or hand crocheted or hand woven in the dryer. So this is Lazy Lizard, and I brought a couple other colors over because this is such a great baby and toddler and child yarn. I brought over a couple colors that I have actually personally recommended to people who are making baby projects. So this is color 39. I think it's I forget what the name of this guy is, but teal is actually a very popular gender neutral color because teal is equal. It's like warm and cold color, and it goes with gray, it goes with white. It goes with just about any neutral color you'd want. So this is a great gender neutral baby yarn. And then this is color number 7. For those of you who know me, know I'm not a pink person. I am a purple person. So if anybody asks me what color to use to make a baby project for a little girl, I'm always going to say lavender or purple. So this is a nice, wonderful lavender. And actually, these 3 yarns together are kind of cool. I'd pair it with a black and make like a stained glass look with those 3. I think that would be fantastic. But this, I actually, right over here, have a sample of the Cozy Alpaca. Unfortunately, this pink color has been discontinued. They do have a very similar pink that we have. But look at the little bunnies with the little pom-pom tails. So, this is the bunny blanket, and it's specifically designed for the Cozy Alpaca. And this is probably a 1.5 by 3.5 feet. Definitely a baby blanket for a very new baby. You could definitely take this and make it quite a bit larger, though. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on this, but if I make a baby blanket, or I know this is the same case with my mom, we try to make them larger so that when the child grows, they can still have enough blanket to cover up in. So I would honestly make this guy just a tiny bit bigger so there's growing room for the little one. But this guy takes 5 balls total. So I would imagine that's 4 of the main color and then 1 of the contrast color. So that again is the LYS Cozy Alpaca. It is a worsted weight yarn, 70 acrylic, 30 alpaca, and I think I neglected to mention the yardage on this guy. There's 178 yards in here, and that is $14.99. Alrighty, the next person I heard from was Melanie, and Melanie rediscovered the tiramisu yarn by Barocco. Now this is classified as a worsted weight yarn. It's 2 threads held together. Barocco put the 2 threads together for you, so you don't have to do that. But it is a wool, acrylic, mohair, and silk blend. And Melanie thought this yarn would make a great Musselboro hat. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so I apologize. Yeah, Mom made the blanket and I made the pom-poms for this guy. I'm the pom-pom maker in our family. So the Musselboro hat, that's spelled Musselburgh. We actually, Christy is going to be teaching them this pattern in a class later this month or in February. But Melanie thought this would be great because our shop sample, Christy actually used Arroyo and Silk Garden held double, so it creates this halo effect on the yarn. So the tiramisu has already taken care of that for you. It has the halo and the non-halo yarn. So I pulled 3 colors to show you guys tonight. This is color 9236, and I love this because I love the dramatic difference between the red and the black. I think this would make an absolutely lovely shawl. I think that is a gorgeous color. This is 9252, and this is called, this color name I know, this is Pistachio. And Pistachio goes from like a dark blue to a teal to a green, and even a tiny bit of tan in there. And it's just, oh gosh, it's just a gorgeous green. And then of course we have the Christiana color. This color is called Fig, and it's color 9248. This yarn has, well, all of them, but especially this color has an amazing striping effect because this goes from like a pinkish purple to a dark blue. There's even a tiny splash of teal in there. And I've used this for a shawl, and it's very drapey, very flowy, and the color striping effect in it is very subtle. It's not bright in your face striping. So this would make an excellent sweater. In fact, if you go to Barocco's website, they have amazing patterns. I forget the name of this pattern, but one of these days I'll make it. It's a sweater and it's made up of granny squares. So you crochet granny squares and sew them together for the body of the sweater, and then you pick up stitches and knit the cuffs around the wrists, the neck, and the bottom of the sweater. I forget the name of the sweater, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and they use the tiramisu for it. And I don't think they use the pistachio color, but they use this very similar color that's green and brown. But this guy is $14.99 for 137 yards. It's kind of a thinner worsted weight, but because the main strand is a single ply, it's going to bloom a little bit when you block it. Hey, Nancy! And just, it's super, super fun yarn to work with. I know when I have a plain project, but a fun yarn always keeps me interested in it and makes me want to finish it, because I want to see what the next color is that comes out of the skein of yarn. So that's the Tiramisu by Barocco. I've only got 3 colors out here tonight, but it looks like on the wall we've got about 8 or 9. So really, really fun yarn to work with. Honestly, I can't recommend it enough, especially if you're doing a plain project that you do want to have a little pizzazz for. Tiramisu is a great yarn. So Gail was the next person to message me, and she said that the item that surprised her that we forgot about was mohair locks. Well, I did not add that to the Fiber at 4 shopping category because Gail has the mohair locks currently at home because she needs to clean them. So instead of those mohair locks, what I have to show you tonight is something I found myself that's actually very similar to that, and that is the left-hand wool locks. This is the natural gray color, these great curly locks. And this is a 1 ounce bag, and it's $8.99. So left-hand wool is of course based out of Niwot, so a nice local product here. And I can hear you all saying, Christiana, what on earth can I do with those curly locks? Well, if you are into needle felting, this makes great hair, it makes great beards. It's just soft, fun, and decorative. I don't know if you can spin this. I don't think you can, but it's great for needle felting. It's great for embellishments on any sort of projects. So that is $8.99 for 1 ounce of natural gray curly locks from Left Hand Wool Company. And this is actually the last one we have in stock. I found this when I was going over the needle felting department. So that's pretty cool. So the next 2 items I have to show you guys, I actually have a funny story about them. So I have with me magnetic shawl pins by Lick and Flames. These guys are not available online. They're only available in the shop. So I've got 4 of these magnets here to show you guys. So I've got the blue, I've got this red, and I just noticed today, I thought that guy looks a little bit like a chili pepper over there. And then I've got this really sweet iridescent one. Isn't that cool? It looks really cool in person. It's kind of hard to capture it on the camera, but you've got the shiny part up here and the iridescency part down here, and there's a little stamped pattern in the clay. And then I've got this really cool square. So we've got 4 of these guys in stock currently, and they are $34.99, and these are some incredibly strong magnets. So if you have a magnetic shawl closure, what you do, and it's probably not going to work now because I'm on camera, is you're going to slide the magnets off. And to show you how strong these guys are, I was counting the gift department last Tuesday with Sherry, who works here behind the scenes, does a lot of filing and stuff like that. She was helping me do inventory on the gift department. We were moving these aside so that we didn't double count them, so kind of moving them out of the way. And the next thing we counted were these cute little Notions tins. So I was trying to move those out of the way too, so we're stacking stuff up, and so I go to put the Notions tin back, and then I notice, oh my gosh, the shawl pin's gone. Where did it go? Well, this is how strong the magnets are in those shawl pins. I set this little tin on top of the shawl pin and it stuck. So these weren't items that I forgot about, but I thought that story was kind of funny. It's like, oh my gosh, where did the shawl pin go? So that just shows you how strong these magnets are. So that's the Licking Flames shawl pins. They're magnetic. They're not available on the website. They're only available in shop. And these guys are $34.99, and we currently have the 4. So I'll show them to you guys again. So we've got this lovely blue triangle that's got this nice curve to it. So it's more three-dimensional, not flat. And then we've got the chili pepper one, as I call it. Round with a little bit of red and black to that. And then the iridescent guy with the stamping on it and the shiny at the top. You can kind of see the reflection of the shop in that guy. And then this square one. So to go along with those shawl pins, I did bring over some of these Notion tins to show you guys. So first I've got some small ones. These are from Twice Sheared Sheep. They're about 2 inches by 1 1/3, 1 1/2. And they're $7.99. So these are nice small tins, and they are locking, so they should not come open too easily in your bag. The stickers on top, this is original artwork by the people who own Twice Sheared Sheep. Her name is Dawn, and I can't remember her last name, but great, great people. So this guy is called the Hedgehog. This one I fell in love with. This is called the Bubble Elephant. Isn't that cute? I would assume that these are probably watercolors. And then the last one I brought over, I have to look at the tag. This is called the Knitten. So it's knit and kitten combined. We did have one that had a dog running away with a ball of yarn, but of course that one sold out first because we've all been in that situation where our dogs run away with our yarn. So again, these are the Twice Sheared Sheep small storage tins. They're $7.99, and the stickers are original artwork by the owner of Twice Sheared Sheep. And then I've got my Firefly Notions tins, which seem to hold the magnetic shawl pins a lot better. I guess more surface area for the magnet to stick to. And these guys, let's see if they have measurements on here. They do not, but I would say they're about 3 inches by 2 inches. The tops on these guys slide open and then lock shut. This is great for some of your larger notions. I'd probably use the smaller tins to hold like my stitch markers, safety pins, that sort of thing. This would be great for holding your darning needles, a little pair of scissors, and maybe a little bag of stitch markers in there, but this has a nice acrylic top to it. Also original artwork, and these tins are $19.99, and I pulled 3 to show you guys tonight. So this one is called Jellyfish. Can't imagine why it's called Jellyfish. This one is Seal of Approval. Isn't that cute? And this is, I think, sheep and pigs. So as its name suggests, it is sheep and pigs. We've also got some absolutely adorable ones with bumblebees on them. Of course, we've got more with sheep on them. But yeah, it was just so funny. The shawl pin just disappeared, and I couldn't figure out why. So, you know, you pick up the tin, and there's the shawl pin. So all sorts of fun things happen around here during inventory. It's fun to go through and see everything that we have and just be reminded of all the amazing things that these artisans do with the yarn and the creative processes, picking colors, and it can be a little overwhelming at times, but it's wonderful to see all of these products and be reminded what we have here and what people are accomplishing. So am I missing anything, Marianne?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's all about what we found, right?
I know. Yeah, we found a lot of stuff. Now this one, I will be honest with you guys, I completely forgot we had this. So this is the Lopi This is issue 41 of the magazine, and it's the 30th anniversary issue. I don't know why they call it a magazine, because this is a hardcover book. But this is celebrating the 30 years of the Lopi magazine. So it uses the Let Lopi, which of course we have in the worsted weight department. But I have to show you guys some of the designs in here. This is an absolutely beautiful book. And it has pictures from the Estex factory where they make the Lopi yarn. I should have marked the page. I found a really gorgeous sweater in here. So there's this sweater. Of course, this is all mostly color work. The Lopi yarn is fantastic for color work because it grips onto itself so well. Yeah. Now this sweater's kind of cool. This is a circular, knit circular here, and then you make the sleeves out from the circle. It's really cool. And, oh, this is the one I wanted to show you guys. This is called Joro, J-O-R-O. And look at the color work in that guy. Isn't that stunning? I would make that in half a heartbeat. So that is a gorgeous, gorgeous sweater. So all of the sweaters in here are absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can find the big picture of this. I love this one too. It's meant to look like lava coming up from a volcano. I think that is so awesome. So this is the Lopi issue 41. And this does not have a price sticker on it. Marianne, can you tell me how much this Lopi book is? I think it's $50-ish. There's no price sticker on it.
Ooh, that's a problem.
That's a bummer, isn't it? So while Marianne is looking up how much that book costs, I'll move on to the next item. So Firefly Notes does a lot of really cool products that are themed just for crafters, knitters, crocheters. So I've got here some stitch markers that we got from them, and they are the 4 seasons. So I've got winter stitch markers, spring, summer, and autumn. And they're kind of hard to see through the packaging, but this is the winter one. You can see there's a little mitten there. There's a little blue jay. So these come with 8 stitch markers in them, and they are $19.99. So these are the kinds that have the little danglies on them. And looking at the ring on this guy, I would say it would probably fit up to a size 10 knitting needle. So those are the winter ones. And then spring, I've got some flowers. Oh, there's cute little umbrellas in here. Ooh, so there's a nice little yellow flower.
50.
50? Okay. So this Lopi book is $50. And it's just a celebration of the 30 years, and there's a lot of patterns in here. Probably close to, if I were to venture a guess, 20 or so, maybe more. But yeah, lots of cool patterns in there. So anyway, back to my stitch markers. Then I've got the summer ones, and there's bumblebees in there. There's little suns. Looks like there's a sparrow in there, a little birdie. And then lastly, I've got autumn, which has squirrels and acorns. And these are gold plated. The summer ones are also gold plated, and winter and spring are silver plated. So these are just a handful of the notions that we get from Firefly Notes. We've also got sock stitch markers, star stitch markers, cats, dogs, just about anything you can dream of, we've got them. So these again come with 8 stitch markers. They are $19.99, and they are the dangly charms, and they're enamel, and they're really, really cute. Of course, everything I'm showing to you is on the Fiber at 4 shopping page on the website, so if you want to get a better look at these stitch markers, that's where you can go. Okay, I'm at my last item. Oh my gosh, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? So this is an item we're all very, very familiar with, but like I said, I was counting with Sherry the other day. we did the fingering department, and then we moved on to gifts. And we were counting the Malabrigo, and she said, oh my gosh, I was never aware of how many wonderful colors they have. So it's not a product we forgot. We just forgot how many colors you can get from Malabrigo. So I've pulled 5 of my favorites, and guess what? There's no purple in here because I know we have purple. But the first one I want to show you guys is called Water Green, and this is an amazing tonal. I was talking to some people earlier today, some customers that came into the shop, and I said, you know what, since I've been working at the shop, I'm still very much a purple person, but I've really discovered how much I love the color green, because green comes in so many different shades. Green just, it represents life, it represents growth. It's just a great, great color. So this is Water Green, which is a beautiful pale green. So the Malabrigo sock, of course, is fingering weight. There's 440 yards in this skein. So if you have small feet like me, you can definitely get a pair and maybe a pair and a half of socks out of one skein. So it's 100% superwash merino wool, and they're, again, 440 yards in here. This is machine washable, but again, you probably don't want to be putting it in the dryer. And then this amazing color, oh my gosh, how I missed this, I will never know. This is called Chameleon. And Chameleon is half green, half red, half blue, half yellow. So yeah, there's 4 halves here. But it's such an amazing, vibrant color. And of course, these aren't going to stripe perfectly. The color is going to be rather random. But honestly, I think this would make an absolutely amazing cowl or shawl. I wouldn't use this for socks because the color is just so beautiful. I want it out where everybody could see it. And then, of course, the sock also comes in some amazing speckles. I think we've got 4 or 5. I've only pulled 3 to show you guys tonight. So this one is called Baco, and this has a very lovely creamy base. 3 will make a Christiana size sweater. Thanks, Mom. I needed to know that. So Baco is a creamy white base with black, yellow, magenta, tiny bit of blue polka dots on there. And this yarn, it knits up absolutely beautifully. I know Melanie has used this in socks. I've used the Arroyo version of this for a sweater, and it just, because it's speckled and not a tonal or multicolor, you've got the nice base color with the speckles really in the foreground. So it knits up absolutely beautifully, or crochets up. So this color is called Disfraz. This is the Melanie color. This is the color Melanie loves. So this also has kind of the creamy white base, but it has a little bit more yellow to it. So there's yellow, greens, magentas, teeny tiny little bit of teal blue in there. Then the last one is my favorite of the speckles that we carry. This is called Parade, and Parade also, again, the creamy white base, but this has more cold colors featured in the speckling. So there's blue, magenta, teal, little bit of yellow in there, and just really, really amazing color. So the Malabrigo sock is $22.99. Again, 440 yards, fingering weight 100% super wash merino. And this is definitely a shop favorite yarn. And I'm not featuring it tonight, but I just wanted to let you guys know we did get a refill on Mecha and Rasta. So if you're looking for the chunky stuff, we have it. So that is all I have to share with you guys tonight. We will be back next week. I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. So you guys think about what you're resolving to do, and we will talk about that next week. So I hope you all have a very lovely week, a lovely rest of your Sunday, and yeah, that's what we've got tonight. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.